We can't philosophize ourselves to a state of awakening. Because awakening isn't a state, it's a reality. It's the vibrant, vivid reality of being, of what we are right here. And it's the vibrant, vivid reality of all of our inmates. So our thoughts, our emotional states, all of our sensations, our impulses to act, all of these, unless we rest naturally, that is the essence of their being, we can't come to peace with ourselves. And, you may be wondering, well, if I'm at peace with everything about myself, whether I've judged it to be positive or negative, then how am I going to know what right action is? Well, this is a question that comes up a lot among Western people because our culture is so based on seeing everything as opposites and dualistic perception. Well, when we come into complete accord with ourselves as the reality of that which is non-dual, and we see all of our inmates as the equalness and evenness of that non-dual expanse, then we suddenly realize that this awareness and compassion are inseparable. So without awareness, compassion would not be, and without compassion, awareness would not be. Until we can have that complete compassion in, of, for, and through ourselves as awareness alone, inclusive of all our points of view, we can't have compassion for anything else. So, the warmth of compassion arises with that realization. And how do we know that? Only by being with ourselves, only by being with ourselves. That's it. And it doesn't mean being with ourselves in any special circumstance. Whatever perception we're having, it is awareness. It is our own awareness. Awareness as that perception, not awareness of the perception, awareness as the perception. No experiencer or experience, no perceiver or perceived. No seer or no seeing. So just that effortlessness that is the underlying reality of everything is the entirety of what freedom is. Freedom is no destination. It's just whatever perception is, we're entirely free as that perception. And we know whether we're free as all perceptions or not. If we get caught up in our perceptions and start elaborating them and making stories out of them, then we know that effortlessness of being isn't there. If that effortlessness of being is there, we know that. We know that no matter what we're thinking or our emotional states are or our sensations are. And with that incredible warmth of compassion that is inseparable from awareness, we know what to do and how to act. We have an inherent system of morality and ethics that is inherent to. It's innate as our awareness. It's not anything we need to learn or cultivate or develop or organize or shape into a series of good deeds or acts. It's naturally occurring, naturally present as the reality of our being. And we also know when that is present. We know that's present because we feel completely connected with everything about ourselves, and we feel connected with everyone else too. No one's a stranger. Because once we know the heartbeat of every single one of our own perceptions, then we know that about everybody. No matter where they are or what they're doing or how they're living or anything else, it really is seamless. It really is non-dual. It really is indivisible. It really is compassionate. And there's nothing else. There's nothing else. All these perceptions, no matter what they are conclusively known to have no independent origin. They're all the vast expanse of awareness and nothing else. And then rather than our body, speech, and mind being so absorbed in the idea of a personal identity and self-importance, our body, speech, and mind, they seem to be a lot bigger too. rather than being so confined and centered on ourselves. This ease of aware compassion, compassionate awareness, compassionate emptiness, which is inclusive of everything, we realize that we've never been slapped down in a body. We've never been limited to the space of our bodily form in relation to our living of a human life, but rather our true body, mind, and speech are vast like infinite space. They include everything, all forms, all sounds, all speech, all of everything, all wisdom, all compassion. So these are simple indicators of the reality of our being, whether we feel that spaciousness, whether we've realized that spaciousness as our own nature. We can know that. We can know that in a very direct way. And we do know that when the effortlessness of awareness is the strong core of everything about our life. We absolutely know that. Awareness doesn't have an on and off switch. So once we're introduced to our own awareness, that's it. That is the foundation. That's the foundation of every perception. It never goes anywhere. Awareness doesn't travel. It doesn't travel. It doesn't go anywhere. So, it isn't as though because we have a certain perception, we don't have awareness. And then when we have other perceptions, we do. Awareness is as all perceptions, no matter what they are. So if we've been thinking something other than that about awareness, we need to rest naturally, just rest naturally, be completely at ease, effortlessly at ease, as the essence of every perception. And when we do so, we find that maybe some of these points of view that we thought we had to shape into being a certain something, like all the negative points of view, that they too are timelessly free. They too are timelessly free. I cannot overestimate the importance of this. And, the reality of our being is that we're so profoundly connected to everyone because everyone is us. What could be more profound than that? And we know that that's the case when we not only feel that, but we are responsible in that way in life. So, we absolutely know. We know that ease of our being is when, we walk down the street, and whether people feel connected to us or not, we feel connected to everyone. Everyone is our body. It is the body of awareness. No matter who they are, we palpably feel that. We feel that with everything that we are. So we don't have to cut off our sensing mechanisms or our emotions or anything else. Awareness is as all those things, and they don't need to look any certain way in order for us to be awake. So if we take any emotion or thought to be evidence that we're not awake, or even any action, then what we've done is excise that out of awareness. We've said, oh no, that thought, it exists elsewhere other than awareness.